welcome to the Leopard Lair. I'm your host, John Aljansen, with my tag team partner, Bob Burek. And we're here at the Lair, presented by Scraggin Media. And we're really excited tonight for our show. We got some great student athletes as well as the coaches here to talk. Before we get going, we want to thank our main sponsor, Dr. Mike Thomas, as well as Jared Heller and all that he does at Leopard Nation for our student athletes. So first up in our first segment, we have the volleyball team here. Bob, take it away.
So yeah, good start here for us tonight in Lair. We've got three of our volleyball players and Coach Mahalik joining us here this evening. Coach, I know last year you send away 5 seniors, and this year you have a total of 5 upperclassmen between your seniors and juniors. So what's that transition like for you as a coach, where you have to kind of ease these young players in?
Right. So we have 5 upperclassmen this year, but actually 4 with last year experience. Lexi's just coming back to us this year. So we have a young team. We are playing up sophomores who played JV last year, and a couple freshmen on our roster, and one actually starting and playing all the way around for us. So we're just trying to get the experience right now for them to really build and grow off of that.
And no, you're easing your players in, but no easing into the schedule. You start last night with Perry,
Yes.
and tomorrow night, Thursday night, you go up to Green, who I assume will be another good challenge for you. What's the rest of your schedule look like? You got a lot of Federal League teams mixed in there. How's your schedule set up?
Yeah, we have Green actually tomorrow, and then Saturday we will see Maslin, and we will see Glen Oak. We also have Lake. We have Hoover. That's it from the Federal League. So yeah, we have a tough schedule all around, and especially at the beginning, unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of the tougher competition at the beginning. So I feel like it'll help us grow tremendously to see the tough teams from the start, and then hopefully run with that to get us into the playoffs for a good run.
Girls, let's take a second here and talk to you for a minute. Go ahead and let's just go down the line here and introduce yourself. I'm not sure who you are here, so go ahead and start with this young lady here.
I'm Addison Burek.
And what position do you play?
I'm a setter.
Okay, good.
I'm Lexi Job, and I'm in middle.
I'm Kate Cardley, and I'm US.
Good. John?
Well, last night, like Bobby talked about, your first game against Perry didn't quite go the way you wanted it to go. But how was it to be out there after having a pretty long preseason and then a couple scrimmages, but now you finally get in the game action?
I think that it was good experience for everyone. Like, even though it didn't go as well as we planned for it to go, each set we made improvements, I felt.
For me personally, it was really great to be back, considering I was out all last season on injury. Being able to be out on the court with my team and with my friends that I've played with since middle school at this point, it was a really special moment.
I think last night was a good experience for us all. Because every set we got better and better, and we tried our best to lift each other up and
Hopefully the football team can carry that over the Friday. So. But Alicia, assistant coach is your husband, Matt. How does that, obviously in previous years you've had some more senior laden teams, and I'm sure that maybe the dinner conversations were a little bit easier and kind of flowed compared to maybe this year where there's going to be some growing pains to begin with. But I fully believe you guys to be a very dangerous team coming to the end of the year. But how is it having your assistant coach being your husband, and how helpful is that?
Family life, it's not helpful. It makes our family life a little hectic, but I love it. I think we work well together, and I think we're a good balance of each other. I like to go in practice. I think the more ball touches, the better, where Matt likes to talk a lot and likes to get into the details and the X's and O's. So I feel like we're a good balance there of how we plan practices and how we pursue that. And I think he's really good at teaching deep into the game. So together, I think we're a good balance. I think we're a good team.
Now, in the preseason, what did you guys do over the summertime to prepare for your season coming up?
We started in lifting as early as possible. We had the new weight training coach in, so we talked with him. I know Alicia talked with him multiple times about what our expectations are and what we want coming into the season. We did the the Perry League and the coaching period thing was in effect this year, so we only got 10 days of coaching with her, but we were lucky enough to have Coach Tom, who coaches at NDCL, come and spend time with us in the gym as much as he could. So we're all very grateful for that.
We did the tournament at Club Extreme. We played really well there, I felt. It was definitely a good experience for us in the preseason.
We did a lot of tournaments. Just like practicing with some lineups, trying to get used to playing with each other, get used to the flow, and get us ready for the season.
Kind of the reason why I bring that up in the preseason and what you guys go through is just the amount of time and energy and work that you guys put in the season. And just being at the game last night, watching you guys, and again, I know the game didn't quite go the way you wanted it to go, but like there were some great stretches of great volleyball. And, a couple, lapses or wherever where you guys are just kind of a young team, but just all the hard work that you're putting in, I'm sure we're going to see more and more of that fruit.
Yeah, and backtrack here for a quick second. Those of you that don't know, Coach's husband coaches men's volleyball at Mount Union. So we're very fortunate here at Louisville to have two very good coaches, and him having a very high level of volleyball knowledge, I'm sure is great sometimes, right? When he knows more than you. And, yeah, I'm sure. Girls, talk for a second about what your goals and expectations are for the season as an individual and then as a team.
I think we have so much potential this year. It's actually crazy. I know we're so young, but I just feel like we can do really great things.
Yeah, we have a lot of drive and a lot of hardworking girls on our team this year, so I feel like we can go really far. We can do really good this season, and I'm very hopeful for it.
I think a couple games in, when the younger girls start to get some more experience, that's going to really help us because they've never really had like varsity experience because they're all sophomores and freshmen.
And so I know personally, obviously, and I know her, and I know what our summers look like. Talk about what you guys do in the summertime in terms of where you play and if you had any cool experiences this summer.
I think the tournament at Massillon really changed things for us. I think that was like kind of the turning point for us, where it was like we're girls that were playing volleyball, and then it turned into like we became one of the team. I think we just started to gel at that tournament, and just kind of tried to run from there.
And Kate, do you play a club in the summer? Where do you play?
Club Extreme.
Okay.
Massillon.
Good. What about Lex? What do you do?
I also play at Elite. Drove AJ up to Elite many times through the winter. My team wasn't fortunate enough to go to nationals like AJ's team was, but very jealous of that for sure.
Addison?
Yeah. We went to Chicago and Orlando. They were definitely good experiences for my whole JO team, just to grow and get that kind of competition all summer long.
And as we start to wind down here, we'll go back to Coach for a second. Coach, we talked a little bit about your schedule and how it kind of sets up for you. Obviously, you're still kind of learning some of these young kids as you bring them in. How quickly do you expect them to kind of get up to pace with what the rest of the team is trying to do?
Honestly, I feel like they are. Like, I don't know if you guys saw last night, I don't feel like you noticed the freshmen on our court. Like, I feel like Addie Campbell, who's my starting outside right now, she does not play like a freshman on our court. I feel like she fits right in, and like they said, when we played at Massillon this summer, I feel like the girls were really clicking and they were on pace already, and I feel like we're doing a lot of reps in practice right now to get them to where they need to be. I think it's just going to come down to getting the game experience that's really going to make us grow.
Take a second and talk about, obviously we've got 3 players here. Talk about the rest of the squad there just for a minute.
Yeah, so Lexi and AJ here are my captains, and then Kate is my fellow senior along with Lexi. And then in AJ's grade, we have Brooke Herron, who is, she transitioned actually from last year to this year. She was a middle for us last year, and she transitioned to the outside for us this year, and she's playing all the way around, which is new for her. And then we also have Sloan Seipold on the right side, who's a big right side for us that's returning from last year's lineup. And then we have sophomores stepping in with Addison Thomas in the middle for us, and Kirsten Kendall, who's actually a transfer that just came in. She's playing some defense for us, along with Riley Bennett playing defense for us as sophomores. And then again, we have freshman Addie Campbell swinging outside for us.
Good.
Anybody?
And John, you want to talk to the girls
Maddie
out there?
Elfay. Sorry, Maddie Elfay as well. Sorry, Maddie. Maddie Elfay's playing defense for us as well in a backup setter.
We put you on the spot sometimes.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't think the girls about their future.
What's that?
Sure. I'd love to hear about your future.
Okay.
So especially Kate and Lexi, as seniors, I know it's early, but any plans for next year? And AJ, obviously you got another year after this, but you guys plans? Besides having a great senior year.
I have no plans right
Yeah,
now.
really have nothing planned quite yet. Just some possibilities popping up here and there, but nothing that I've like sat down to really think about quite yet.
Obviously I have next year still, so like nothing's like truly like planned out, but I do hope to play in college, and yeah.
Awesome.
I was gonna continue, but I don't.
Well, Kate Cardoli, Lexi Jobe, AJ Burek, and Coach Mihalik, we really appreciate you joining us here at the Lair.
Thanks.
And we'll be right back with the boys soccer team. Stay tuned.
Life is tough. At Notre Dame, Ohio State, and in my life thereafter, I've had to walk through situations that were as challenging as it gets. A large part of my ability to overcome the challenges were the determination and toughness I learned as a Leopard athlete. Your challenge today is tough. They want to push you around and take what's yours. Fight hard and rise to the challenge to show yourself that in years to come, that as your life gets hard, you'll have the intestinal fortitude to overcome. For many years, you have trained and practiced for this moment. And show what you got.
Welcome back to the Leopard Lair, presented by Straggett Media. It's good to be back once again, and once again we want to thank our main sponsor, Dr. Mike Thomas, as well as Jared Heller and all that he does at Leopard Nation for our scholar athletes. So next up, we have the boys soccer team. We're really excited to talk to them, getting ready for their season opener coming up tomorrow night. But we have Coach Jared Como, Damon Pape, and Noah Emmons. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, to start off with, season opener tomorrow night against Ravenna at home at 7 p.m. Get there if you can. How has the preseason gone for you so far?
I think it's gone pretty well. We were kind of light on preseason games. We've only had 2 scrimmages and preseason tournament, so we get a lot of opportunities to kind of answer questions, but we return a decent amount of people. I think we only graduated 4 seniors last year, so we returned the large majority of our team, and we kind of have a pretty good idea where we wanted to go direction-wise before the season started, because we returned so many. So while, again, we were light on preseason matches, we still had a pretty good idea of kind of what we're expecting to return.
Well, last year, a historic year for our program. You guys made it to the district finals in Division II. This year, getting bumped up to Division I. Boys, kind of tell us the different challenges as you head into the season.
So going from Division II to Division I is quite a drastic change. Last year we had a little bit more time as far as on the field. We were able to have a little bit more time at our foot, move the ball around a lot more. Now going up to Division I, we've faced Division I opponents before, like Hoover, and it's a lot more fast-paced. It's a lot more, get a touch off your foot. Very, very quick, and has to be spread out and, very connected with your teammates.
Noah Emmons, junior, a goalkeeper, going to make your first start tomorrow night. Part of a class of 11 juniors, the biggest class in school history, which is exciting to see our programs growing like that, which is a testament to your coach as well. Noah, talk to us kind of how you feel right now heading into tomorrow night.
I won't lie, I'm a little nervous. It's good nerves, but I'm happy to make my first start. I think I can have immediate impact on this team.
Okay. For our young viewers, give us 2 keys to being a great goalkeeper.
Make sure you always catch the ball. That is the first step. I don't always follow that first step, but make sure you can catch the ball every chance you have. Secondly, just communicate with your guys out there. You can see everything. Make sure they can help. They can also see everything. Tell them turn, tell them pass, tell them drop, anything.
Awesome. It's a pretty good theme in general. Communication is the key to marriage, boys soccer, you name it. So let's just keep that one in mind. So now, Damon, the defender, coming back from a season last year, again, you guys made a historic run, getting beat by Howland in the district finals. What are your expectations? And you kind of go down the row here. What are your expectations going into the season?
So my expectations are I hold myself as well as people who have been on the field with me for even 3 years and stuff that I've played with. I hold everyone very highly and to high standards. Stuff because I know as a captain and for starting for 4 years, I know what people can do and what their abilities are. So I hold people pretty high and stuff. But my hopes for the season is that we're an older team this year. We have 11 juniors, like you said, and so I think that we do have a shot at making pretty far in the playoffs and making a pretty good impact as our first year as a Division I athletic school for soccer.
Absolutely. I mean, us guys have played together, at least on the varsity team, since middle school, earlier than that. I mean, other than select handful of individuals, I mean, we've basically played together our whole lives. We have the chemistry, we have the bond, we have the communication, and honestly, we have the skill. I agree with Damon. I think we can make a far run in the playoffs this season again.
In terms of expectations for the season, it doesn't change for me and for the team, and the team knows it. I think the expectation should be win districts. That should always be the goal. I think because we don't play in a conference, I think that it's kind of hard to really strive for something. And I think since I've gotten here, it's always been win districts. Be that team to make history. Be that team to win districts and have everyone remember you for that. And the expectation for me being in Division I doesn't change. The road is tougher, sure, but these kids, like they said, these kids have been playing together for so long, and our regular season schedule as a Division II team was very tough. We played Hoover, we played Wadsworth, we've played Glen Oak, Lake, Perry. So when we come to the playoffs, they're ready, they're battle tested, and yeah, is it unfortunate that we get moved to Division I? Sure, but expectation for me and the kids know it doesn't change. We are still expecting to make a deep run. Just the road is just a little harder.
Good. And Coach, I know I had a chance to talk to you last year right before you guys got started into the playoff run there, and I found your story as a person interesting. Of course, you teach here in Louisville.
Yes.
Kind of tell the crew here again how you ended up here and where you started, where you came from. I just found it very interesting.
It's definitely unique. So I was born and raised in Hawaii. I went to school for my undergraduate in Oregon, and then I went back and taught at my alma mater in Hawaii for a few years just to kind of see if I liked teaching. And then I actually met my wife. She is from the Hartville area, and she actually came down for kind of a missions thing. And I actually met her playing basketball. And then so we just kind of got to talking and things, and I ended up here because I kind of wanted to see, obviously, if it was worth it, obviously. But I also kind of wanted to try something new for me. So I decided to get my master's in education so I could teach in public school and things. And yeah, just kind of, I ended up at Louisville as a teacher first, and then got the head coaching job, and it's been great. It's been very great.
I know we're very fortunate to have you and all of your knowledge that you bring to the game, and obviously to the kids in the classroom as well. Every time I hear it, it's just amazed that someone would leave Hawaii to come to Louisville.
Well,
John,
Bob Louisville is kind of the Hawaii of the Midwest.
It is.
Yeah,
Great. So I just wanted to kind of get that story back out there again. But so guys, as you get ready for tomorrow night, and I know when I played football and baseball and different things, we had some superstitions or some routines or anything. You guys have anything particular that you guys do as a team or as an individual?
As a team, not so much. We typically like to get our minds set the night before, make sure staying hydrated and stuff like that. So just your typical precautions that you want to take before a game. But as for myself, I'm not one of the people that likes getting like overly hyped up. I like to just get focused, get into, my groove and just get ready for the game. I don't want to be hyped up because then my mind leaves the game and then goes to, start jumping, celebrating, stuff like that. So I don't typically do that. I kind of stay to myself, just kind of stay low and focused, really.
I'm always focused on the game ahead of us. Even during school, I'm learning the subjects. I always have the game in the back of my mind. I'm a little opposite of Damon. I like to get a little hyped up before, but closing in on a couple hours before the game when we start warm-ups, I like to kind of settle in on the game, take it all in, get the feel for it, just get ready.
Good. And I know, one of the, obviously it's more common now than it was, but back in 2010 when we built the stadium, one of the issues was, did soccer want to play on turf, not want to play on turf? Do you guys have a preference in terms of playing on grass, natural grass versus turf?
So, as far as grass, so really good grass is better than turf, but like bad grass is worse than turf. It's very weird. I prefer to play on like pristine grass and stuff, but
which you don't find in many high schools.
But we don't find that right. Anywhere around here and stuff. So I prefer turf. Turf is probably my best friend when it comes to soccer.
No, I think one of the things, obviously, in this particular area of the country where we live, we have the weather and factors and different things, and then would you say most of the places you play are football stadiums that double as soccer fields, or are there a lot of places that have separate areas now?
I think it's starting to come around. I know there's a few schools that are building more soccer specific or soccer only turf fields and things like that, but for the large majority, it's pretty shared. It's pretty shared in the football and soccer. There's only a couple of schools around here that are just soccer only fields. There's not very many.
Yeah. And would you say half of your games are on turf or more?
I would say it's a little over half. I think, if I'm being very honest, we definitely try to schedule opponents for obviously difficulty and challenging for us too, but sometimes we schedule them because they have a turf field. We try to avoid some of the very bad grass fields, and we definitely don't want to play too many of those on. We have a couple, but we try to avoid some of the teams that have really bad fields.
All right, Coach. Now you've coached here for a number of years now. What do you think for you has been the biggest area of growth you've been from a first-year coach to where you are now? Like, what do you think you've learned over those years that's helped you to becoming the coach that you are today?
I think just really being a part of the community. I think that's helped a lot. I think when I first got here, obviously very, very unique and different from somebody you would see walking down the street of Louisville. But I think for me, it just really getting into the community. I think my first year here, I think we were just trying to build the program back to the numbers and things, but this was kind of my first class that I, per se, recruited because I had them in 8th grade, and I think that's been a very big help. I think that's been a very big help to just really get connected with them in the classroom, and then seeing all these guys play and grow and develop. I think, like I said, just being close to the community and really getting to know the kids as they grow, that's really helped. So when I have to tell Damon or Noah, hey, this is what we need, like this is not what we want, and things, it's not just me being the coach and being in charge. It's been growing at a deeper level. So I know they don't get offended. It may not be the thing they want to hear, but I think it's helped a lot, just being a part of the community and growing in that experience with them. So I think my relationship with the players is a lot better as it was the first year for sure.
Now, last but not least, Damon, especially in your last year, and Noah, this is your first start. What does it mean to put the blue and white on, especially after playing with your teammates for the last 7, 8, 9 years? Like, how cool is it as you enter your senior year and Noah, as you begin your varsity career?
It's a very unique feeling. I don't know how ready I am to, start my last season playing high school soccer because I've played, like we said, I've played with all these kids for since I was little, since I started travel soccer. But I think it's going to be a nice feeling. It's going to feel nice throwing on the jersey for the first start of the season and stuff. But I think it'll be kind of refreshing, and I don't see us, really just being a team that's just going to lay down. So I think I'll be satisfied.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, this is my first start. I'm excited, a little nervous, like I said, but I mean, even when they're gone, that's going to be heartbreaking because I played with them for so many years. Even the previous classes, I mean, it's hard to, see them go, but I mean, it's exciting. It's just exciting to see how we will play this season, how we will advance, and I'm excited to make my first start.
Awesome. That's awesome. And last question, Damon, especially for you being a senior, what are your future plans? I don't want to project 10 months from now, but any dreams or plans moving forward for next year?
Yeah, so as far as next year, I am in the process right now of the recruiting process for playing lacrosse at the Division II level in college. So I've been going on quite a few visits and stuff like that, but I've been balancing it well with my priorities in soccer. So I have typically tried to keep that to like the weekends and stuff and stay out of my, soccer schedule and stuff so I can make the commitment.
Well, Damon Pape, Noah Emmons, Coach Como, we really appreciate you joining us in the Lair. And once again, they have their season opener tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at the House of Thrills, Leopard Stadium. And we're excited to see how you guys have played. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with our weekly roundup. All right, welcome back to the Leopard Lair. And we are ready for our last segment, the weekly roundup. And first off, we have the football team off of a tough loss against Steubenville last week. They play at home this Friday at 7 p.m. at Leopard Stadium against the Poland Bulldogs. That game will be live streamed on YSN Live, produced by Straggett Media, and I'll be in the box for that game along with my brother, Mac Aljancic. So really excited about that telecast and looking for hopefully a good and big Leopard victory. As well as tomorrow, Thursday, the boys golf team will be in action at Sleepy Hollow with a home match against the Sandy Valley Cardinals.
John, Thursday night, the girls volleyball team looks to rebound from a tough loss against Perry last night. So they will be in action at Green on Thursday. And then Saturday, they have a tri-match at Glen Oak, which features Massillon, Glen Oak, and Tusky Valley. And they'll take care of that on Saturday. Also on Saturday, our girls cross-country team will also be at Glen Oak at 9 a.m. running their cross-country route over there. And then finally on Saturday, girls soccer will host Glen Oak here at Louisville Stadium at 5 p.m.
And like we talked about in our last segment, our boys soccer team will be in action for their season opener tomorrow night at home versus Ravenna. And then again in action on Saturday at the Field Falcons at 3 p.m. Thursday, tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Saturday at 3 p.m. And then our boys cross-country team will be in action on Saturday at Salem. That meet starting at 10:30. So, and then last but not least, our Little Leopards starts their, I don't even know what season this is, but a lot of them.
It's a lot.
But the season opener starting at 1 p.m. I'm excited about that. Feel free to get out there and support our young men in action. So, well, that's all the time we have tonight for the Leopard Lair. Once again, I'm John Aljancic with Bob Burek. We really appreciate you joining us, and good night, everybody, and go Leopards.